Hey y'all, today we're going to look at the new 2022 FN High Power. Let me know down below what you think of the new intro, by the way, and let's get into it. Now, if you like this content, like, sub, shares, all that good stuff, I really appreciate it. Also down below, coupon codes and merch to help support the channel. A lot of people don't like this gun because it is an updated design from the original High Power, and a lot of people are purist. I know I kind of am too, but I accept when something needs to be updated. But a lot of people are purist and believe that no modifications, major modifications of any kind, should happen to a design, especially something designed, at least started out being designed by John Browning, which the High Power was. It was not completed by him. This gun came out after his death. Well, not this gun, but the original High Power. Gun is larger and heavier than the original High Power. Now, sitting next to each other, you can kind of see the differences, but I've been in several shops, and it's always funny because whenever I'm looking at the different guns, it's always, I have to double check to see, is that an original High Power or the update? Because when you're not having them sit next to each other, you really can't tell. But the grip is longer to accept the larger magazine capacity, the slide is longer, and the gun is heavier. So because this gun has no compatible parts, because this gun changes several aspects of the High Power, they believe it's blasphemy. Everything down to the name, which is hilarious because people will go back and forth saying that the original, quote, High Power was spelled H-I, power, instead of H-I-G-H, power, which is what this one is spelled. So for that, I'll knock that out real easy. The reason it's called that is because Browning is the company that really went with the HI power. FN has always called it the High Power, H-I-G-H. Don't worry, I won't spell them out again for you. I know that's probably getting crazy. But that is, FN has always referred to it as the High Power like that. So that is why they call it that. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's not a true High Power. FN owns Browning, who was producing it, the last company that was producing it for here in the US. This is most definitely a true High Power for those that say it's not. And they basically just want to see the same gun produced forever. The problem is, from what I understand, sales had dropped so low of the original High Power that that's why they discontinued it. Companies usually don't discontinue things that are flying off the shelf. With this gun being reworked, you went from the original High Powers had a 13+1 magazine. I believe you could get some aftermarket 15+1. This gun blows that out of the water with a 17+1 capacity. Proprietary mags, the only mags that will currently work with this gun are the proprietary FN mags. $50 a pop. Yeah, okay. $50 a pop sucks because, that's a lot for a mag. But at the end of the day, a lot of premium gun companies, Walther, say call them, their mags are usually around that price anyway, so it doesn't shock me. Controls on this are really nice. So they went and did full ambidextrous, right? Ambidextrous slide release, right? Ambidextrous safety. Now, I do wish, and maybe someday someone will come out with, I'd love to be able to delete the safety over here, just because being right-handed, I don't really use it, but it is nice to be there if for some reason I was shooting with my left hand. One of the things I like about this gun, so this is a single action only gun, so you carry it cocked and locked, just like this. But say you're done, you want to unload it for the day, right? So you can drop the mag, right? And then if you have a round chambered, you can run the slide, ejecting the round with the safety still on. So that's one more safety feature that allows you to be that much less likely to have an ND. Again, obviously, we don't keep our fingers on the trigger for that kind of stuff, but hey, things happen. So that's a nice little extra feature. Sights on this gun are really nice. I've been told, from what I've been doing research online, that you can also use 509 sights for this, right? If you want to swap them. Honestly, that's a really nice blacked out sight picture. I don't see really the need to change them, at least for me. I know a lot of people like having the fiber optic and stuff like that, so I could see people going and changing it. Trigger on this gun is really nice, really clean, so not much take up, right? And there's your take up. But once you hit the wall, it breaks very cleanly, right? And then your reset is very nice. Overall, this gun, it's a really nice shooter, especially being all steel. It really absorbs the recoil quite nicely. One big thing you'll notice on the front is they have space for a guide rod to stick out. So two things about this gun, I felt they went a little cheap, and they're small and minor, and a lot of companies do it. So one, this is a plastic guide rod. I wish it had been metal, but a lot of companies use plastic in this aspect. A lot of companies use, on very expensive gun, you use Berettas and stuff like that that still use plastic guide rods. So, I've had no issues with it. I may swap it out, but I wish it was metal. And then the grips. So these are different grips. Now, again, because the gun is new and because there's not a ton of aftermarket support for it right now, the only grips you can get for this gun are directly off the FN website. I went and got these. They're really nice. The original grips it comes with look really nice, but they're kind of a cheap plastic and they just didn't feel right on the gun. So I wish they had gone a little bit nicer on the grips, but easily changed out, no big deal. So that's pretty much the only two things I wish they hadn't cheaped out on the gun. Takedown of this gun I really like because I'm not going to do it, but before, now I've never actually taken down an original high power, but before, I know there was a couple pins and stuff you have to knock out with this. All you do is flip this down, right? You have the slide locked back, you flip this down, and then it will send the slide forward. You can take it apart, disassembles pretty much like a Glock. I really like that. Making it easier for the user to disassemble and clean the gun, maybe they're going to be more likely to shoot the gun. So I really like that as a feature of it being easy to disassemble. That's pretty much the features. Again, it's really set up well for the modern shooter to really enjoy it. It's not, they extended the beaver tail, right? So even with my big hands, and I'm notorious for getting slide bite, even my big hands, getting a nice high hold, I've got no risk of getting hammer bite or slide bite, something that I heard was very common with the original high powers if you held them higher up. So really nice to see those adjustments to bring the gun into a modern world. Now, accuracy of this gun. So I've done some shooting with it, and I think I may have even put up a blooper a little while ago of me trying to shoot plates a little bit further out, and they kept falling over. But I did go to the range. This is 7 yards, 17 shots, firing, quick, rapid, rapid, and this is what I got. I'd say it's a pretty good group. That's about a 2-3 inch spread, right? Gun is plenty accurate. I'm really happy with the accuracy. They do a cold hammer forged barrel with this, which is really nice. So I expect to get that accuracy out of this gun for a very long time. Reliability of this gun has been perfect. And when I say perfect, I mean absolutely perfect. I've never had it jam. I'm not thousands of rounds into it, but probably about 500 rounds into it, and it's not jammed once. I've not really taken super good care of lubricating it. I've just given it, a good spray when I go to the range. And so, it definitely seems to like to run without having to be babied. Take this out of the box and shoot it, and it should be fine. So reliability is good, accuracy is good. I like the features of the gun. I'm excited to see some aftermarket parts come out for this gun, and that's where I guess we'll get into the biggest con of this gun. Currently, you can't really get much in the way of holsters or parts or anything for these guns. So holster-wise, I guess a lot of the companies don't have molds yet, or they're not planning on getting the molds to make the holsters, because right now there is, as far as I can tell, 3 current holsters you can get for this gun. ANR is a Kydex company that made holsters for FN. They're on the FN website, and then you can order holsters off of their website. And then DeSantis made some leather outside the waistband holsters for FN, and they're on their website, but you cannot get the DeSantis holster on their website. You have to buy it directly through FN. That's it. I've been struggling to find a holster. I would like to carry this gun since I've proven it reliable and have proven that I can shoot it well. But at this present time, and the reason why I haven't gone with the ANR company or just bought it directly off the FN website is the FN website. The holsters don't have a cant, although you can adjust it a little bit, but I prefer have it molded with a cant when you deal with kydex. But they have this thing where they want you to pay $15 extra for a lifetime warranty. Their holsters already aren't that cheap, so I have a sticking point there. And then DeSantis, I just, I'm not super excited about that particular holster. So basically, those are your two options when it comes to holsters. I say two because it's two different companies. Obviously, A&R makes a couple different Kydex holsters, whereas DeSantis just makes the one. But yeah, so holsters, not really easy to find right now. I've tested this gun with a couple different 1911 holsters, and I have not had much luck. One kind of worked, but it was kind of a junkier holster, so I won't really mention it because I ended up not using it. But I've tried 1791, that didn't work. I actually got 1791 sending me one of their multi-fit holsters, which I'm not super crazy about multi-fit, but if it works, I'm definitely going to let you guys know. So holsters are definitely an issue, as well as aftermarket parts. So again, magazines, you're stuck on just the FN. Grips, you're stuck on whatever is on the FN website. Trigger, hammer, everything, you're pretty much how the gun comes out of the box is how you're going to have it for a while. Probably in the future they'll have more parts available, but for the time being, aftermarket parts is pretty much non-existent. But that's my quick thoughts on this gun. I really like it. I think it's a nice design update. Obviously, if you're looking for a original, pure, high power, one that's, the original design with all the old quirks and the old gremlins in it, this isn't for you. But if you're looking for a high power that you can go out and shoot the hell out of it and carry it and know that it's going to be effective and know that you're not giving up anything, this is definitely something to look at because I think it's a really nice design and they've done a good job updating it. But put down below what you think and have a good day.